It's funny. While the show was going on, I have certain fans that DM me, that messaged me. Everyone was raving about this match. They were already saying MJF versus Will Ospreay was one of the best, if not the best, ever. Like, of all the 250 episodes of Dynamite over the last 5+ years, this is the best one. And the thing about this match, because I didn't know the finish. I knew nothing about who won. All I knew was it went an hour. That's the one thing everyone said. It went an hour. Initially, when I heard it went an hour, I just assumed it ended in a draw. I thought, wow, they went to a 1-hour draw. Okay, that's a nice way to set up a rematch, a match, and All In. When I got home and watched the match, that's when I found out that no, it didn't go to a draw. MJF defeated Will Ospreay for the AEW International Championship literally at the 2-second mark. The match went 59 minutes and 58 seconds. It came down literally to the last few seconds. And MJF wins with the Dynamite ring to the face of Will Ospreay. Now, I assumed everyone thought this match was a banger. Then I went online, and to my surprise, this is a very divisive match. You either love it and think it's one of, if not the best, Dynamite matches, or you thought it was way too long, it was boring. What else did they say? Too many commercials? I kind of agree with that one. It's funny, the two people in it, I thought this would have been universally loved. I'm very surprised at how divided the fans are on this. From my perspective, I'm in the camp that thinks this is one of the best Dynamite matches ever. Is it the best Dynamite match? I'm not going to say that. Not yet. I had to go back and watch every other Dynamite match. Even then, I kind of feel like Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson was a tad bit better because they also went to a 1-hour. Well, they went to a 1-hour draw. But they had their 60-minute classic on Winter is Coming. Winter is Coming 2021. Go back and watch it if you haven't. I feel like that one's just a hair better. That being said, I would shudder to think we'll find a better match this year on Dynamite. I just feel like when it comes to this match, my biggest issue were those commercial breaks. Look, you don't want to tell the audience that the first hour is going to be commercial free, because then you're going to spoil the match. You could have at least said there are no commercials for the first match and leave it at that. You're not telling them that the first hour is going to be free. You're just saying the first match will be commercial free. You do that, then we can assume, okay, well, it'll probably still go 20 or 30 and we won't have to worry about commercials. Only for us to realize, oh, crap, it went an hour. That would have helped things. Because I don't understand how you have MJF and Will Ospreay for free on Dynamite. We're not paying for it. And you don't give us a commercial-free match. You don't want that match to be interrupted. And I hate that we're even going to have Blood and Guts, a match that really should be on pay-per-view. Blood and Guts should be a pay-per-view. Number one. All these pay-per-views that we have, the one show that should be a pay-per-view is Blood and Guts. So I would remove Forbidden Door. Quite frankly, I don't know why that's even a show anymore. I mean, even tonight, they had Minoru Suzuki show up in that Chris Jericho Learning Tree segment. So if we're getting CMLL, New Japan Pro Wrestling, other foreign wrestlers who are supposed to be here for Forbidden Door showing up anyways throughout the year, what is the point of Forbidden Door? There is none. We even signed Kazuchika Okada. We have all of their, for the most part, all of their top stars. Let's just replace Forbidden Door with Blood and Guts. Personally, I wouldn't have a pay-per-view after Double or Nothing. Use those 3 months to build to All In. Or move All In early and then keep All Out where it is. Whatever you want to do, there's no reason to have Forbidden Door anymore. But you have matches like MJF and Will Ospreay go this long and get 3-4 commercials. And that took away from the match for me. Even though I was watching afterwards, it was DVR, to have to stop and fast forward, it takes away the momentum a little bit. Now, I might have enjoyed it a little bit more because of it. Outside of that, though, I love how well paced this match was. MJF just works better as a heel, as a villain, because he gets to be that douchebag, get that heat, get fans to want to see him get beat up, but he just also just feels at home. This is his zone. When he was a babyface, it felt like he was trying way too hard to make the crowd like him. It didn't come as naturally. Here, it's like he's just being himself. And it works so well with literally anybody and everybody he works with. Especially Will Ospreay, who is easily the top babyface, probably in AEW. I know Swerve's the world champ. I think fans might like Will Ospreay just a tad bit more. We can argue who's the top babyface later, but I think it's Will Ospreay. And they went in there. And here's the crazy part. They went 60 minutes, but they didn't wrestle a 60-minute match. It was fast-paced. I forgot who it was, but there was a point in the match where the commentators told us that we're 10 minutes in, and I looked at my clock and saw that it was actually 18 minutes. The match did not feel like an hour match. With the commercial breaks and the fast forwarding through it, of course. But still, it didn't feel like an hour match. It felt like a good, solid 30 minute match. Because of how well paced it is and how well worked it was. And it wasn't one of those matches where it was, okay, we're going to hit a spot and then slow down. No, they were doing some crazy stunts. A freaking elbow drop to the outside through a table. Will Ospreay hitting the spaceman dives, the corkscrews, and the flips, and all that. Going into the crowd, brawling into the crowd. They did a lot of stuff in this match. It wasn't no slow burn. It was fast-paced, balls to the walls action. And then that finish. The finish with MJF winning the championship. Wasn't expecting that. He won the international championship because Will Ospreay hesitated. He hesitated hitting once again the Tiger Driver. A move that is easily the most dangerous move in AEW today. It's the new punt. Randy Orton's punt. You hit it, it's over. And you're probably out for a couple of weeks, if not a month. But he's scared to hit it because it almost ended Bryan Danielson's career at Dynasty. That very simple but effective story with Will Ospreay. Again, it's making him the top most lovable, sympathetic babyface they have right now. But what I love about it is that it didn't just cost him this match, it also cost him the world title. So you already know what's getting ready to happen. Now that MJF is the international champion, there is going to be a rematch. I was very concerned with the fact that we were going to have MJF and Will Ospreay on Dynamite. And I'm thinking, well, if this goes to a finish, then there's no reason to do the match again at All In. Because I'm thinking Pac is going to get a title shot. Probably at All In. Maybe MJF will lose and then fight Daniel Garcia. I wasn't really thinking that this was going to end the way that it did. MJF winning the title was not in my cards. I just thought Will was going to run through him, maybe get some help from somebody, and then go on to fight Pac at All In, which is an All In match that they can do. Seeing this finish reassured me that, okay, MJF, Will Ospreay, that's still the match. That's always been the match. We're going to build to that. The story's going to be nice. You already know MJF is going to be a complete douchebag. Maybe there's going to be a case where Will Ospreay, who was sympathetic to him in this match, clearly, because he didn't want to hit the Tiger Driver, and that cost him, because MJF hit him with that diamond ring and won the title. He'll come out and say, the reason why I didn't want to do that to you, MJF, because I feel sorry for you. I pity you. I know about your story, and I know what you've been through over the last year, half a year, after you lost the title. I felt bad for you, what happened with you and the devil. And I still have a piece of me that wants to see you succeed. And that's why I didn't hit that Tiger Driver. But then MJF is going to be MJF. He's going to be that douchebag. He's going to push Will Ospreay's buttons. He's going to drive him to a point where when we get to All In, Will Ospreay will hit that Tiger Driver. And it's going to be a big moment. And he's going to win the title back. He is going to win the title back in his home country. See what happens when you do long-term storytelling? Here's the thing with AEW. We all agree that it's a better wrestling product, in-ring wrestling product, than the WWE. And that's always been the case. I don't think there was ever a point where, even now, I feel or ever felt that WWE was a better in-ring product. What WWE excels at is stories and characters. And unfortunately, probably fortunately to a lot of you, that is what draws for professional wrestling. It's sadly not the in-ring product. It took me a while to finally come to that understanding. Yes, you do need the in-ring product, but that doesn't draw with the masses. Most of the world will watch for your characters and your stories. And they don't even need to be extravagant tales or these cinematic masterpieces. Something very simple. Here's Will Ospreay. He wants to be someone that people look up to, a good dude. And he doesn't want to hurt people. He does it for the honor of the sport. Here comes this douchebag, MJF, who was shunned, or he felt like he was shunned by the audience, who was pushed aside after he got hurt. He comes back. He hates the fact that Daniel Garcia, Will Ospreay, and others have usurped him. And he feels like the world is turned against him, and so now he turns against the world. And then that guy goes completely off the rails, pushes all the wrong buttons, and sends Will Ospreay over the edge. That is a simple story that people can follow and understand. So now, when you give us the classic 5-star, 6-star, 7-star match, it will mean a lot more because there's a story behind it. So, between you and me, I already know what the match of the night is going to be at All In. Quite frankly, I love Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson, and that should be the last match if it's Bryan Danielson's last match, at least as a full-time wrestler. But the real main event, the real all-in main event, is going to be MJF versus Will Ospreay. And please, please don't add Pac to it. Don't add Pac. Have Pac fight Will Ospreay at Grand Slam. Get Pac something else to do. Don't make this a triple threat. Don't overcomplicate it. It needs to be MJF and Will Ospreay 2. That's it. Don't make this a multi-man match. Keep it MJF, Will Ospreay, and I promise you, you will get you a solid, 4 weeks now? 4 weeks until All In? You'll have a story that will carry your show. I see stuff like this, and I really, really want to get on board with the idea that AEW is back on track. But I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful because as soon as I say that, I think about March. There was a strong period of a good month or so where all the Dynamites, all the shows were bangers. Osprey, Okada, Mercedes came in. I'm thinking, okay, everything's good now. And then it fell off. Big time. We're 3 weeks so far in, and everything feels like it's good. Let's wait a little bit longer before we assume that we're back on track. But it feels like, based off of MJF winning the championship and setting up his match with Will Ospreay at All In, I kind of want to say, yeah, we're back in business. But we will definitely see where all that goes. I loved it. I don't know why people didn't like it. People saying that it was too long, don't get that whatsoever. Kind of just feels like people are looking for a reason not to like it. It didn't feel too long at all. I don't like the fact that they had 4 commercial breaks. This was one of those matches that Tony Khan should have said, you know what? No commercial breaks for the first match. He should do that next week with Blood and Guts. He won't. That will also get 3, 4, 5 commercial breaks. Advertisers. I get it. Make your money. But yeah, this match should have been commercial free. It would have added to this argument that it is one of the best matches in Dynamite history. It still is. It just would have been undisputed. Probably the best match in Dynamite history. I'm not quite there yet. But one of the best? Absolutely. It's the best Dynamite match in 2024. I'll give you that. In 2024, it's the best Dynamite match. You know, it's kind of funny because we still got another hour to talk about. The rest of the show was I won't say it was bad. I'm not even going to say it was average. I thought they did some good things here too. I thought Mercedes versus Nyla Rose was actually a pretty good match. Nyla, look, I haven't seen her in a while, so maybe that's why I feel this way. She was working that crowd like a strong babyface. The 3,000 people that were there. And that 18,000 seat arena. I'm not getting into it. They got to get out of these big ass arenas if you're not going to sell them out. If you can't put 12,000, 10,000, at least 10,000 people in that building, in these 18,000, 15,000, 12,000 seat arenas, stop going there. Stop going there. Get you a smaller arena. Because 3,000 in a 5,000 seat arena will mean a lot more than 3,000 in 18,000. And you can hear the difference. But Nyla was over with that crowd. Of course, because Mercedes is such a great heel. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I understand that Nyla is not one of Tony Khan's favorites, sadly enough. But when she's on TV and she works, she's really, really good. Hopefully they give her a feud or something to work with in the interim. And then afterwards, we saw a mystery fan with a mask on holding a DMD is better than CEO sign. Mercedes rips up the sign. The fan pushes her, and it's Britt Baker. Security guards come out to stop them from fighting. Mercedes being the heel. Stop it. No, no. Cowers away. That match is going to be fire. But that's not the only thing with the women I liked. What they did with Mariah May and that amazing promo, impersonating, if not taking over, Toni Storm's gimmick. And I already know her match with Toni Storm is going to be absolutely bonkers. I'm telling you, the women are going to steal the show. They are going to steal the show at All In. They stripped the Bang Bang Gang or Bullet Club Gold of those trios titles because Jay White got hurt. He's injured. I don't know why they didn't just replace Jay White with Juice Robinson. He's there. But no, they just stripped them of the title and then they just gave them a trios championship match anyways against Christian and the Patriarchy. I don't know, Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus or Killswitch. I don't care. They gave him a trios title match anyways. Why didn't you just replace Jay White with Juice? You replaced Adam Cole with Samoa Joe when Adam Cole got hurt. What was wrong with you just saying, hey, in place of Jay White, here's Juice Robinson? So if they win on Saturday, what was the point of stripping them? I don't care. Whatever. Look, clearly, as much as Dynamite is getting better, there are some issues. There are still some booking issues with AEW throughout the shows, even on Collision and Rampage. Give credit where credit is due. At least Dynamite's getting better. The main event was Swerve Strickland taking on Okada. I already knew it was not going to end cleanly. I kind of figured, okay, we have to build to Blood and Guts, so this will probably be that match that they do it in. Guess what happened? The Young Bucks come out, attack Swerve, and then here comes all the participants. You have Team AEW, which is the Acclaim, come out with Darby Allin. Darby Allin's in the match now. And, of course, Mark Briscoe taking on the New Elite. That's Jack Perry, Okada, Hangman Page, and then the Young Bucks. So that's your match next week. I mean, I'm pretty sure the match will be great, but not the best lineup for a Blood and Guts match. It's missing that star power. Hopefully it delivers in terms of in-ring quality. But in terms of hype, again, I'm just not into this New Elite. I'm just not into it. I can't wait for this storyline to be over with so they can do something different. It's just not grabbing me. They want this to be a lot better than what it is. It's just not clicking. It's just not. And sometimes it just doesn't click. And that's okay. But do something different. Pivot. Don't just stick with it. Don't ram through. Don't truck through. Pivot. Do something different. Find something that works. Like with Chris Jericho and the Learning Tree. Don't quite understand what we're doing with it. It's still cringy as hell. But I like that he's adding new things to it every week to tweak it, to find that one element about the character that works. At least he's adding different things to make it more enjoyable, make it more watchable. And I can appreciate that. He's taking on Minoru Suzuki next week. Again, why do we have Forbidden Door if they're just going to show up throughout the year anyways? But whatever. that was basically Dynamite. I don't know. I don't want to say AEW is back on track just yet, but it feels like they are. Let's keep it going all the way to All In. Let's keep this momentum going, and then maybe you'll start to see more people come over to the side of, all right, yeah, we're back. But you got to stick the landing. You got to earn the fans' trust back with long-term booking. So let's see if they can do it. That's my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Give me your thoughts down below, and let me know how you feel. And do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, click that bell, catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. Catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World. A place like this was and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace. When you're when you're